Hello, fellow gamers. This is Drumba with a vlog. I have not watched the Xbox Showcase event. Haven't seen that yet. Uh, there was a video on YouTube while I was watching earlier with some ordinary gamer, pretty much. Still, I haven't seen the Xbox event, but they say they're releasing new games like old ones or cancel games. But one of the games that I wanted to see remastered was Prey. The game, not on the new Prey, not the 2018 2013 version. Prey from '07. I think that's the one where you play as a Native American Cherokee and you get abducted by aliens, and then you had to do all fight scenes. And now for some reason they had a sequel plan at the end of the game, and but it never happened. Like, there was an old trailer for Prey 2 on the 360 back then, where they showed a trailer of the game back in the 360 era, but that game got canceled. A lot of histories with video games. Like, I've seen lots of games get canceled. Like, there's a game, if I remember, called Advents Rising. That game was kick ass, and it supposed to had a sequel. Never happened ever again. And it was a good game. It was a space explorer. The Earth gets destroyed. Guy with psychic powers, and he can control time and shit, space and time and shit. He gets these cool abilities from these aliens who train him to get these psychic powers and shit, which is freaking insane. Back then, Advent Rising, I want to play that game, but I never was able to complete the game because of how hard the difficulty was at the end of the game. Like, you would run out of ammo, for example, or you had to use all the alien tech weapons to be able to go through the whole game. Like, you get this, like, pistol. If you carry that pistol all the way through the game, like the Earth pistol, like, you usually end up losing the gun after all. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get Earth ammo, which was the best in the game. But my honesty, like, I haven't seen the game since. I haven't played the game since. I don't have it on my Xbox. Wish I had it. Should get it on the 360 if it's backward compatible, but I haven't seen that game be played in years. Like, I do know it's probably on Steam, but I don't know if you're able to download it or anything. It was a good game. Some of the games I played was Echo VR was an example that got canceled. Live service games, but that's long past. They have the servers back online for third party servers, but I stopped playing the game because of mental health reasons, and I have to lose weight. I'm at like 269 right now. I'm trying to get down to like 264 by the end of the week. I've been counting my calories. I already had like 1900 calories today, and I'm drinking a 57 calorie coffee. Yeah. I also got candles, which recently I bought for mental health reasons. I got this candle, Malaysia Rose, but I've been trying to get some scent in my apartment so it smells a little bit better from the dead mouse decay that I found on three of the traps. There was a mouse on the other day, a live mouse got stuck in the glue trap. I didn't release him, just put him in the dumpster. I'm kind of savage like that, but I really don't want mouse being in my apartment unit. They're all hiding in the couch or something, but there's a mouse infestation in my apartment. Not a whole lot. I do need to clean up a bit so I can get rid of all the clutter and all the game tech boxes. I still like collecting computer part boxes, to be honest, but I have not been feeling okay. Just been feeling a little bit bored or sad. I've been feeling sad mostly, but not as depressed or anything like that. I've been dealing with like dieting mostly. I'm going back to my old habit. Ended up buying ice cream. Now I'm back eating junk food again, which is bad for me. I did had ice cream this morning. I had like soft serve ice cream from Blue Bunny. I think that's kind of good, but it's like 200 calories for two third cups, So I'm eating more than like at least 400 calories from it. Still, there's lots to do in my daily life. Like I've been trying to watch YouTube Premium, which I've noticed that YouTube Premium gives me better search results, and hopefully it helps with my subscriber count. But I don't think YouTube Premium does that. But I still have to manage my weight mostly. Like I've been trying to lower it. Like you notice that my double chin shrunk in a sense, but I still have to shrink it. I might have to get checked up on the dentist so they could whiten my teeth. They're starting to look yellow. I gotta do a dentist appointment. Um, I haven't done one yet. I have to wait until all my money gets transferred from my payee's account to my account. It's about over 10 grand of income. Like 10 grand is a lot. Like you have to transfer that money to Social Security, and then Social Security has to send you the check or send you the direct deposit into your account. Hopefully, I have to wait a month or two to get the money, to be honest, but it takes a long time for tax purposes and all that. I've been trying to save money for a down payment on a house, but that's not going to happen because the housing market keeps going up and up and up. But I'm not as worried about getting a house yet. I just have to save up 20 grand. I've been stuck at 10K for a long ass time. Like usually at 10K, I could do classes or I could invest it now. I could do anything I want with that money, but I'm not gonna waste it on stuff. If I was gonna spend 10K, I want to make sure I put a down payment on a house or a condo. Like I've been deciding if I want to live in Chicago, rent out a condo for like 70 grand or 120 grand. My budget's for a house right now is 120,000, but I want to make sure I be able to cover the mortgage rate. Like I want to pay $600 per month on mortgage, but you had to make sure you you buy the house at the right time with lower interest rate. Interest rates are up to 12%. Like it's not even worth like getting a house as of this moment, and renting's a little bit cheaper for me since I'm in a government program by the state. Like I get this like deduction like in housing and all that. I get housing, Section 8 bridge subsidy, which you got to look up. It's mainly for people who are in foster care or in long term care facilities like nursing homes. I was in a long term care facility, which is a nursing home called Albany Care, and would not recommend staying at that place. It's infested, has bed bugs, lice, rats, mice, and and roaches. It was terrible every night. And you get annoyed by getting waked up by one of the CNAs waking you up, or CNAs waking up in the middle of the night, or you're having panic attacks mid throughout the night, like, or some resident come into your room unbothered, like going into your room, stealing your shit. They stole my clothes and shit, stole my stepdad jeans and shit. I never got those back. Luckily, I still had my tool shirt, like that my stepdad gifted me. Sadly, it got bleach stained because their fucking washers had bleach in them, and it ruined all my clothes. Like what the downside of living in a nursing home is doing laundry. Like you end up getting your clothes destroyed because of how bad the washing machines and dryers are. Like half the dryers didn't work, or for example, half the washers don't work. They never repaired the washer while I was there for my whole time. I hope they fixed it by now, but for some reason they had a contract with the laundry machines, and the fucking guy wouldn't even repair the machines. Like it's that easy. Like when I go to JB Laundry, their machines always working. Like they get them fixed as immediately as possible. But for some reason, I think Albany Care has poor management. Firstly, they keep switching case manager or director administrators. Like the administrators don't even know what they're doing. Like they end up paying like a lot of money to refix all the kitchens and shit, but they don't fix the important stuff like showers, or they don't even fix the I don't even remember what it was, but it was something important for the whole building, like the projector screen. They didn't replace that. Like the projector screen had a bulb issue, which lasted for over a year, and they fixed it finally, replaced the bulb and all that, and it was all settled. But the problem is the elevators didn't work half the time. There was one elevator that didn't work, and some of the elevators were in poor maintenance, like how bad they were. Like I wouldn't trust going into the elevator because they're not even built well, and some of those what's they're called, some of those elevators are pretty sketchy when you get locked inside of one, which sucks. I haven't got locked in one since I was there, but a resident did get locked in there. And some of the downside of being there was the gym. There's supposed to be a gym room when I got supposed to get there, but they never had a gym room in the building. And some of the library stuff, they didn't have good computers. They had third world Dell computers that hardly ran, probably had a lot of viruses. The Wi-Fi was terrible. You couldn't get a cell signal inside the building when you're in the first floor. Like I was lucky I was in the fifth floor because I was able to get a cell signal through the window. But if I go into the center of the building, you'll lose cell signal because the building is made of concrete and it's old. It used to be a hotel and shit, and the gangs used to run it. I think Al Capone used to run it. I don't know if he did, but it was a really old building that needed work, like a lot of work. It needed like to be tear down, dude. Like it was that old. It needs to be demolished and rebuilt from the ground up. But sadly, that can't happen because it's a nursing home, government controlled building, and you see a lot of crazy shit. I see people shitting on the floors, some people pissing on the couch. Like you get those bad experiences from those long term care facilities. Even the dementia patients say murder, murder, murder. This old lady, I don't know if she's still alive, but yeah, there was a lot of fucking abuse there, like verbal abuse from residents. Even the CNAs were terrible. Like they did took care of most of the job, but the CNAs were not doing a good job at the place. Like last time I got into a fight with someone because I was really sick and didn't want to be bothered, and he got mad at me and he kicked me to the floor and shit, and I basically got injured. Had to go. They finally sent me to the ER, and then when I got to the ER, the doctor said I had an infection from the food. I had food poisoning while I was at Albany Care. I think that was the case. Like I was really ill from the food that they had. Like I had a high fever. Had a really high white blood cell count and a low red blood cell count because I was having anemia and vitamin D deficiency. I had to put an IV in me to uh, regain my red blood cell count. They had to give me iron or chlorine or whatever it's called. It was an IV drip all day. And after 6 days in the ER, like in hospital stay, I felt a little bit better and got back. Sadly, I didn't have my shoes on me, which sucks. Didn't have my shoes. They were still in the room. They didn't pick my shoes up in that room. I had to pick them up myself, but I wasn't able to because I'm not allowed in that room. I was able to finally get my clothes, my shit, go back into my original room, which was 507. That was my dorm room without the roommates. I had Timothy Furlong and Kenny something. Uh, Timothy is an old guy who was great. We didn't bother each other. He usually kept quiet. But when I had my roommate Kenny, he was schizophrenic like I was, but his schizophrenic was nonstop. He heard voices a lot. Sometimes he'll lay in the bed with his clothes on. He doesn't even take his clothes off during He doesn't take his clothes off when he's sleeping because someone with his delusion, with his voices telling him uh, to not go naked or something. It's weird how people with mental illness. It's usually because the devil raped him or something in his head. I don't know. It's kind of messed up, kind of dark. Not a whole lot, but I wouldn't want to go further into it because usually being in a long term care facility is not recommended for anyone who's suffering from mental health reasons. But if you need the help, probably need help to get the mental health support from it, just to get the benefits from being in those places. But it takes a long ass time to get out of there. Trust me. Like being at that place changes my mindset and how I would agree with the mental health system. It's not really good. Like there used to be insane asylums. Luckily, I wasn't in one, but there's basically psych hospitals and long term care facilities. And sometimes the Alzheimer patients will be in the same. They'll repeat shit like they don't remember shit, and sometimes they'll escape out of the building, do a code white. But if you try to do a code white now, they just lock the door in front of you in between, so you're unable to escape the facility. I did a code white, I ran out of the fucking way. I just didn't want to be bothered. I wanted from freedom, dude. They kept me in there for like a month, and I just had enough. I'm going out that door, dude. I'm not joking. And I ran out of that door, fucking blistered. I'm like, man, I'm out of shape. They catch on. They caught me pretty quick. So yeah, I was hiding in the alleyway, which was funny. So yeah, try to hide behind trash bins. I should have hide within the fence, but I wasn't quick enough to hide in the fences, dude. Oh man, it sucked. Like being in that tight of a squeeze, it was kind of hard to escape from a mental health facility. They're pretty good at catching people, but if you want to go AMA, you have to like tell them like, "Hey, I'm going against medical advice." That's the only way you're able to get out, but you won't get the benefits later on. Like I should have gone AMA. Like if I did that, I would have been homeless for one. Two, I would had to be living back with my mom. Then I'll end up being homeless and living in a hotel because we couldn't afford rent. My stepdad was dying, and then I would have been screwed. I would have been on the street, homeless, no apartment, no house, and I'm would have been stuck in Chicago or something. But it wasn't a good time there. Like during COVID, it sucked. And I had COVID during there as well. Like I had one case of COVID, but I didn't have any symptoms. I was asymptomatic, and I had it twice in there. I don't know how I got it twice, but they give weekly testing every week, and it's like, why do I need a COVID test every fucking day? Like they were doing it every fucking day. It sucked. And making sure we don't have COVID. I think it was once a week we do a COVID test, but uh, it was kind of bad. Like I think they lied on their test results, saying I had COVID, and just lied so they get government funding from them to test us out. They give us vitamin C and zinc just because we had COVID at the time. It's kind of funny. But I'm doing okay so far, so a little bit better to talk about some games, but I haven't watched the Xbox Showcase. But hopefully you enjoy the video. I'll keep you guys entertained for a while, but I'll try to upload more. I've been too busy with personal life, like trying to lose weight and all that. So hope you enjoyed the video and keep you guys posted soon. So thanks for watching. Then bye.